On August 21st, 2025, I saw something that stopped me in my tracks. Three numbers and three letters on a license plate, 923LEG. But to understand why this shook me to my core, I need to be honest with you about something. I've had a very personal confirmation about 923 recently that I thought I'd basically just share with people because I've been so encouraged by others' testimonies. And I thought, maybe sharing mine will encourage other people as well. So hence this video. But I need you to know that honestly, I've really struggled with hoping too much, with believing that any particular date or time is going to be the rapture. Because just history on my part, I was absolutely certain that the rapture was going to happen in September of 2017 on the 23rd. And I really made that very public. I had to suffer looking like a fool to my family, being called many things by people on YouTube. And I had this YouTube channel for 7 years as a watchman. And when it didn't happen, I didn't claim that, the calendars are off. And I also didn't jump to another date like I saw so many other people doing. I just simply watched, I waited, I prayed, and I researched. So I want you to know I have that personal baggage. It's important to understand. So fast forward to now. June 16th, actually, a man from South Africa went on a podcast declaring that September 2025 Feast of Trumpets was going to be the exodus or the rapture of the church. And this really seemed to open the floodgates for just hundreds of Jesus followers to create brand new YouTube channels simply to share their September 2025 rapture confirmations. But myself, I still had the weight of my past failure and disappointment, which tends to spawn doubt, honestly. I had been noticing this massive uptick in people posting about their confirmations on this September 23rd being the rapture, but I had just basically been doing my own research, on astronomical positions and different anomalies with numbers and such. But honestly, inside I was wondering, is God gonna show me anything personal? So well, as you can see, I live in Oregon. It's beautiful and it's hilly, and I generally walk a couple miles a day here locally. This place here is pretty close to my house. There's a park exactly 1 mile from my house. And from this park, the city launches annual 4th of July fireworks, since it's kind of the low point of the valley. And on August 21st, 2025, just a couple weeks ago, I was recovering from a pretty bad injury, and this was my first longer walk in a while. And to be honest with you, it was harder for me to focus on anything other than just my steps. And I wasn't carrying my phone with me because my phone's heavy and my shorts are pretty loose, and I like to keep my shorts above my ankles. Perhaps I'm too modest. For many years, the park has hosted these summertime concerts in the valley, they call them. They feature tribute bands that they generally play every Thursday evening during July and August. So on this walk on August 21st, when we got to one particular street, we turned and walked in front of a house. Now, let me tell you about this house for a moment, okay? On 4th of July, 2014, a very, very significant family event occurred in my life, involving restoration and celebration. That evening, I walked my kids down to a spot on the descent to watch the fireworks together, and it was a memorable day for me for many reasons that are just personal to me. And it's every year that I return to this exact spot to watch 4th of July fireworks. But the second year, in 2015, I returned with my significant other, and we sat on the foundation of a new house that was being constructed on this very spot. And that's where we watched the fireworks from. Now later, once the house was fully built and occupied, we began calling this house the party house. It was basically because of how festive the people who live there are, They like frequently cook outdoors, they entertain guests, and they really spare no expense in decorations for holidays. And they're just always providing new forms of beauty to appreciate. If I can get a picture of it, I'll show it in this video. So on August 21st, just a couple weeks ago, we're walking in front of the party house, right? Now, cars often park all the way up the hill, and then they walk down to the park for the concert. And on this evening, there was a car parked by itself directly in front of the party house. And like I've teased in the beginning of the video, it was 923 LEG. So I stopped in my tracks and I just laughed out loud. I committed it to memory since I didn't have my phone with me, and I showed my companion. But here's what I didn't connect in that moment: all the other details that I would discover later. Now, you might want to buckle your seatbelt at this point because we're about to leave Kansas. So in past years, our favorite band to play at these concerts was always the Journey tribute band. It's just the best one, and we like the songs too, some of them. And that was the band that was playing when I saw this license plate. I could hear it in the distance. And it wasn't until maybe a week later when I started to document my 923 confirmations, my personal ones, that I realized how insane this whole thing actually was. So I'm going to reveal it now. So it turns out that this was the last concert in the park for 2025. Okay. It was a Journey concert. Final Journey. The tribute band, I'm getting goosebumps. The tribute band is called Stone in Love. And that was their last concert in this park ever. Because why? Because they're retiring in 2025 after 15 years. And if you look at the concert's website, which I'll show on screen, it shows the band's logo with angel's wings around a heart and a little title that reads, "Stop by the city booth to map your journey to your dream destination." Now I have to share with you a personal insight, okay? Knowing my struggle with hoping, with believing after 2017 and the Rapture didn't happen, what do you think is Journey's most beloved song of all time? That's right. Don't Stop Believing. Yep, that's what was playing in the park. Unreal, isn't it? But here's something else. There was a remaining part of the mystery to me. Like, I didn't understand, what is LEG? Like, what does that even mean? So when I sat down to write out all the details for sharing this testimony, that's actually when it hit me. When you have the last section of a journey, what do you call it? The final leg. The last leg of the journey. 923 LEG. So this was incredibly important to me. Just 33 days to the Feast of Trumpets 2025, God showed me 923, the leg of our journey, in front of the party house at the Final Journey concert, the band that's retiring, playing Don't Stop Believing, with a website that says, "Map your journey to your dream destination." So, knowing my story, you can see how intricate and insanely personal this sign actually is for me. Excuse me. You know, after years of doubt, after the weight of the past disappointment, after being cautious about dates, God does what he always does. He met me exactly where I was, and in the place that's like ultra special to me. Like, I share this to give encouragement to all who might be interested, okay? And I'll be honest, I didn't expect God to give me any confirmation at all, but he did. And, you know, perhaps he wants to give you one as well. He's not one to lie to his kids. And I've been waiting a long time. And you know, a lot of people probably think we're all crazy, but the wise men, Anna, Simeon, they all knew when Jesus was coming by the signs and by the Spirit. And I don't see why we're any different than them. They were just people who loved God and wanted to see they wanted to see the Messiah. They knew who he was, they knew what he was about, and they knew God's love was perfect and all-encompassing. And so, yes, I just wanted to share this testimony. It's already over the top, but I'm going to tell you, there's a whole nother bonus that I'm going to share because it just happened. I had to drive here. This is about a couple miles from my house. I just wanted a beautiful place like this to film. I wanted to be by water. And when I pulled up to the last stoplight before the next turn, which is where I have to go to hike to this place, the car in front of me was 726. I'm going to show it on the screen. I'm showing it now. 726. I think it was WSG 726 or something like that. You'll see it on the screen. And 726 means harpazo in Strong's Greek. So he's just over the top, isn't he? He's like so over the top. I mean, he didn't have to show me any confirmation at all, because I'm already a watchman. I've already been watching for decades, like 30 years. But he loves us that much that he does this stuff. So I encourage you, ask him. Just ask him. I don't think I even asked. I may have like thought it in my heart, but I don't remember praying a prayer like, hey, show me a confirmation, God. So, but I've seen like so many other people did exactly that. And it was a beautiful thing. So guys, I'll leave that with you now. Thanks for spending your time with me. God bless you. And hopefully I'll see you soon in the air.